Okay, it's time to change the oil in my generator, and I've been meaning to make a video on how simple it is to do an oil change on the Renegade, so no time like the present. So I got my oil and my socket set and my oil drain catcher, oil catcher, whatever. And I got me a stool here, which I may or may not use. I guess I better use it. And so first thing I need to do is take the door off. You got these 4 thumb screws here. Forgive me if the camera shakes. I'll do the best I can to hold it steady. Take those off. Now, my generator has a little over 1,200 hours on it now, and every 100 hours, the digital display gives you a gear icon, maintenance icon, to let you know it's time to do some sort of maintenance. And like I say, every 100 hours, so it's referring to the oil change. Okay, so here we have the oil dipstick, and then the drain plug is right here, and then this little plug in the bottom of the generator you pop out so that you can so the oil drains through to the bottom. So we'll put our drain pan underneath there to catch the oil. This drain nut, the oil drain plug, is a 10 millimeter, I believe. Yeah, 10 millimeter. And so I'll get my 10 millimeter socket, and because of the angle of it, the tight entry, I use a swivel. So I use this little swivel right here, an extension and ratchet and 10 millimeter socket to remove that drain plug and catch the oil in the drain pan. So let me put my drain pan under here. Screw this up. Slide it underneath here. Line it up to catch the oil. And then get my 10 millimeter socket. I'm probably gonna need 2 hands here. Let's see, I need my swivel. Would help if I was using 2 hands. Got that. Yeah, this here is gonna be hard with 1 hand. Alright, gotta put the phone down. Okay, got my ratchet ready. Set my butt down here on this stool. And now how am I gonna, I'm gonna need 2 hands again. I can get it on there. No. Alright, I'm gonna need 2 hands again. So, alright, I'm gonna remove that oil plug, let the oil drain out. Yeah, I got my ratchet on there. Now I usually loosen the oil filler plug to let the oil drain quicker. Let some air in so it'll drain quicker. That may or may not be necessary, but it seems to help. So I'll turn this counterclockwise. Ouch! Be careful so it don't hit your hand. Now that it's loose, I could turn it with my hand, but I've been running the generator this morning. Oh, it's not that hot. Okay, so I'm turning it with my fingers. Don't drop it. Okay, and now the oil's running out. Can you see it? There we go. Right through that hole and down, hopefully into the drain pan. I hope I get it lined up properly. Yeah, it's going in there.
A few moments later.
Okay, so oil's drained. What did I do with the plug? Okay, I'll find the plug. Oh, here it is. Put it back in. Make sure it's clean. Let me go get a napkin. paper towel, make sure that that's doesn't have any dirt on it since I laid it on the ground. And then I can put in the oil. Now what I have here is some, you're supposed to use 30 weight. I buy whatever's on sale. This is a lawnmower engine, folks. This is not a race engine. And but I do use good oil. You can see this is full synthetic. And 5W30 is supposed to be just as good as 10W30, and 10W30 is supposed to be just as good as 30 weight, which is what we're supposed to be using, or what it calls for 30 weight. So this will be fine. So yeah, this was on sale apparently, so I'll put this in there. It only takes 20 ounces. So the markings are on the side of the bottle there. And if we get down to, it's a 32 ounce jug, so if we get down to 12 ounces left in the bottle, we put 20 ounces into the RV, into the generator, which is what it takes. So I'll do that in a second and my oil will be changed. And I'm also going to check see if this is hot. It's not. So I had to clean the spark arrestor. So I screw this off. Clean the spark arrestor. You do that every 100 hours as well, or every time you change the oil. And that way, oh boy, it's kind of dirty. I mean, I can still see through it, but it's pretty dirty. So clean that. And there's also a silencer up in there that needs cleaning. If I can get it out of there. Come on, baby. There it comes. This thing here needs cleaning as well. So I'll soak these in some gasoline and blow through them with the air compressor, and maybe take a wire brush to it and get that cleaned up, and then I'm good to go. So you just put the oil drain plug back in, get your funnel, and pour the oil back in, 20 ounces. Put the dipstick back in and you're good to go. Put your door back on. Really simple. Okay, I got the oil drain plug back in. Tighten it up. Don't over tighten it, but make sure it's tight enough that it doesn't fall back out. So I haven't put any oil back in it yet, and the reason why is I want to demonstrate the low oil shutdown. So I'm gonna go inside and try to start it, and I'll show you the low oil light. It won't start, and then the low oil light will be on. And so if you happen to forget to tighten this plug and it backs out and all your oil drains out, if your engine is running, it'll go dead, and if it's not running, it won't start. So it has a low oil protection. Nice feature, and I think most generators have that. I do know that on some of the Generacs, I believe it was a problem and you had to disable it, which means you didn't have low oil protection in some cases if you disabled it. But anyway, let me go demonstrate the low oil shutdown. Okay, so here's my control panel, and so I'm gonna be mounted in other places, and I'll show you my hours. It's 2:14, so the little icon, which is up here at the top, went off at 1200 hours. But I'll go ahead and try to start it up, and this is the low oil light right here, and it'll should illuminate, and the generator should not start. So you can hear it. It'll fire one time, but it won't start. So you see it says low oil. So it'll fire one time, and that's it. It will not start. Safety feature, and it's working. Great. So now, and it stays on. Look at that. I didn't know it stays on. Oh, it goes out. Okay. So now I put oil in it, and we can remedy that problem. Also, I forgot that another thing I like to do when I change my oil is clean my air filter. So to clean your air filter, you just pop this little, there's a little lever at the bottom down here. You pop it to loosen this cover. So you unclip that, and then you can take it out. There's another little clip at the top. You can pop that out with your finger. Get that off. Okay, pull it out. Then you can, there's a little hole in the air filter. Stick your finger in there, and that'll stick to your finger. You can get that out of there. This is the part that needs cleaning. Mine's not too bad. So it does have some oil at the bottom of it. So I'll clean that up, put it back in there, and that's taken care of. But yeah, do that as well when you change your oil. Also clean your air filter. So instead of using gasoline, I decided to use some carburetor cleaner. I bought this big old can of carburetor cleaner and throttle body cleaner, and I only used a fraction of it. So I'll try this instead of gasoline and see how well it works. You can also probably use rubbing alcohol. And if you don't have an air compressor or even a wire brush, I mean, just soaking it in some kind of cleaner would probably be enough. Let's see how well this Chem tool does. Or what is it called? Chem tool, B12 Chem tool. Man, would you look at that? Woo-wee, that stuff works good. Just kidding. These are brand new. Here's the ones I'm trying to clean. And this is cleaner, but it's not as clean as new. That's for sure. And if you're gonna use this stuff, you better use gloves. This stuff burnt my hands up. I had to go and put some Gojo on my hands and try to get this crap off. This stuff was burning the heck out of my hands. So you better use some gloves and don't get it on your hands. So all I did was spray these things with that, and a lot of the black stuff washed off, carbon buildup. I'm gonna spray it a couple more times and I'm gonna call it a day. I'm sticking it back in because I can see through this thing. I don't know if you can tell, but you can see through it. This one here is hard to see through even when it's brand new. Can't even see through it, so this here is gonna have to do. I'll probably go blow them with the air compressor, but that's it. I can't find my wire brush. Don't use a wire brush much around here. And anyway, so get those put back in and get this thing put back together. Clean my air filter. I haven't put my oil in yet, but get all that done and call it a day. Well, I found my wire brush, and it looks a little bit better afterwards. A little bit more carbon came off. You can see it on my hand. But that's clean enough, at least I think it is. And can't get down inside of there to clean it. I mean, if this Chem tool ain't doing it, then it ain't gonna get clean. But I guess if it was clogged up, the generator probably wouldn't run, and we would know we have a problem. So just clean them as best you can every time you change the oil, and I think we'll be fine. Sprayed it again after I wire brushed it, and a bit more carbon washed off. Anyway, that's gonna have to do. Time to put the oil in. Your generator comes with this long funnel, and gotta remove the cap. Make sure you clean your funnel, which I just did. Stick it in there and pour your 20 ounces of oil in, and you're good to go. Here's another thing I need 2 hands for to open this bottle. Yep, all right. Okay, hopefully I can do this without making a mess. Don't pour it too fast. spill, overflow out of the funnel. I got nerve damage in my right hand, so my right hand shakes like I got Parkinson or something. That's why if I'm holding the phone with my right hand, the camera shakes. Right now I'm holding it with my left hand. So, I need to check and see how much I got in here. So I'll look at the bottle, and I can't see it. Alright, so oops, and I done overfilled it because this thing, no, I'm supposed to go down to 12 ounces, that's right. 12 ounces, I'm between 16 and 12, I'm at 14 ounces. So I can go a little further. Let me just look and see if it's spilling back out of the filler tube. And I can't tell. So alright, I'm gonna put the phone down, make sure I don't overflow this thing, and get the cap back on here. Okay, so it did overflow. So it's running back out of the filler tube. And I still have the drain pan down there, thank goodness. But I only got, what did I get in there? I got 18 ounces in there. It's supposed to hold 20 ounces, so maybe it had some left over. I don't know. Or maybe actually the RV is leaning a little bit. So I got it up on a block on one side so that the water in the fresh water tank will drain completely. Alright, so yeah, you know it's full if it starts running out of your filler tube. I got the filler tube back in. I'm going to reach under here and put this rubber cap back on. Now to do this, what I recommend is you bring it forward and then put the end in the slot where it gets wider there. You see where it's wider? You bring it to that point and then you slide it back in like that, and then when you get it all the way to the back, you can just pop it in from the bottom like so. Hopefully you can see that. And after I put this door back on, my oil change will be complete. I already put my air filter back in, and I put my spark arresters back in, and I filled it with oil. So it's good to go for another 100 hours. If you like this video, click like and all that stuff. I never say that. I never do that. I'm not a great YouTuber, but I'm gonna try to get better. So give me a thumbs up and comment below if you have any questions. How about that? Thanks. And it starts up. No low oil warning. Alright, good for another 100 hours.